All right, we'll get started. Good morning, everyone, and thank you for joining the Boston Zoning Commission public hearing. The open public meeting law requires that I notify the public that this meeting is being recorded. Please be aware that an audio and visual recording of this meeting is being made. I will now take a roll call of members present at the beginning of this hearing. Ms. Morikawa.
Present.
Ms. Miller. Mr. Marr.
Present.
Mr. Leff.
Present.
Mr. Arroyo. Mr. Woods.
Present.
Mr. Ostrich.
Present.
And I'm Michael Nichols, and I am here. We will move forward with our 9 a.m. public hearing. Should bear with me just one moment. This is our 9 a.m. public hearing, a public hearing before the Boston Zoning Commission to consider a petition for approval of the third amended and restated development plan for Planned Development Area number 50, 371-401 D Street in South Boston. The hearing was duly advertised on January 22nd, 2026 in the Boston Herald. In a Boston Zoning Commission hearing on proposed petitions, the proponent will first present their case and are subject to questioning, first by members of the commission only. After commissioners are done with their questions, we will be taking public testimony in the form of support and opposition at the same time. When I call for all testimony, please click the hand icon on your Zoom control panel. This will signal to staff that you wish to speak. Staff will announce your name and allow you to speak. When you are promoted, you must unmute your microphone. However, your webcam will not be active. If you're calling into the meeting and would like to testify, please dial *9 to raise your hand. In an effort to accommodate all who would like to speak about each proposal, a person will be given up to 2 minutes to comment. Commission staff will indicate when 30 seconds remain. At that time, please conclude your remarks so that the hearing may continue and others may be heard. At the end of public testimony, the proponents will be allowed a brief period of rebuttal if they so desire. Will the planning department please begin this morning's presentation?
Thank you, Mr. Chair. Members of the commission, my name is Tyler Ross. I'm a senior project manager in the Development Review Division. The proposal before you is the third amended and restated development plan to the PDA number 50 and the large project located at 391 D Street in the neighborhood of South Boston. On June 30th, 2025, the proponent filed the third amended and restated development plan, which included the proposed large project located at 391 D Street. The project notification form for the 391 D Street large project was filed on October 9th, 2025. The proposed project entails the construction of a new 15-story, 438-room hotel of approximately 160,000 gross square feet, with the project's vehicular parking will be accommodated through the existing surface parking lot at the project site. Additionally, this modification will result in an amendment to the original PDA number 50, increasing the maximum key count from 510 to 530 within the existing loft and element hotels. Lastly, the planning department hosted two IAG and public meetings on August 19, 2025 and November 3rd, 2025, all of which were well attended and advertised in the local newspapers. The proponent also worked with the local elected officials to garner support for the amended and restated development plan number 50 and the large project at 391 D Street. I'll now turn it over to Jason to go over the planning context before Mark Rosenshine from the development team presents. Thank you to the members of the public, elected officials, and city agencies who helped review this proposal. Thank you.
My name is Jason McDonald. I'm the planner that reviewed this project. The proposed project will be a third amendment to the development plan for Planned Development Area 50, located in the South Boston Neighborhood Zoning District's D Street Neighborhood Development Area Sub-District. It is governed by Article 68 of the Zoning Code. The proposed project is also located in the Coastal Flood Resilience Overlay District, governed by Article 25A. The proposed project is consistent with PDA 50, which is in turn consistent with the original vision for a convention center district established by the Boston Redevelopment Authority's 1999 Seaport Public Plan. The proposed amendment would allow for a new 14-story hotel with a gross floor area of approximately 150,000 square feet to be developed adjacent to the existing hotels described in the PDA overlay. The new square footage added with the existing hotels on site would be a total of approximately 478,645 gross floor area, which is under the maximum gross floor area of 899,000 square feet listed in the Second Amendment. The Second Amendment does not prescribe other dimensional limitations to the overall site besides the mentioned gross floor area. No new uses will be introduced to the PDA. The project is subject to further design review from the planning department with focus particularly on the compliance with sea fraud flood resiliency requirements. And I will pass off now to Mark from the development team.
Good morning, Chairman Nichols, members of the commission, and those attending. For the public, Attorney Joe Hanley, McDermott, Quilty, Miller, and Hanley. I am zoning and permitting counsel for the proponent, Global Hospitality Group Investment Group. Their principal for the project, Grant Nassif, is on with us, and I am here with Mark Rosenshine from Trademark Partners, who is our project manager and leader on this project. Will take you through the presentation. Before he does, I just want to give a brief overview and also thank Tyler and Jason and the BPDA for all their work, and the members of the Impact Advisory Group, the local elected officials, and the other stakeholders that we've worked so closely with. You will see in the screen in front of you the development site. My client, Global Hospitality Investment Group, is the owner-operator of the existing Element Hotel and the existing Aloft Hotel, which is under a long-term land lease with the Massachusetts Convention Center Authority. You'll see the site at your bottom center, plan north. You'll see the Thomas M. Menino Convention Center and its lawn on D, obviously in the heart of the Convention Center campus. Next slide, please. So just to give you a little more perspective, plan upper left, existing Aloft Hotel. Again, this was approved, as Jason indicated, back in 2013. Our clients bought both the Element and the Aloft as constructed and have operated it since. And the site itself, which you'll see with the arrow, is in back along what's called Butler Street, and that is a MCCA right-of-way that is owned by the Convention Center. And then at the bottom, you'll see it in further context. Bottom plan left is the existing surface lot, which is available and utilized by the Element and the Aloft, and has ample parking to accommodate this new third hotel. Next slide, please. So Jason did a really good job going over this, but I'll just hit it really quickly. Again, we are here to amend PDA number 50, which was approved by this commission in 2013. It includes the two hotels that I just showed you, the Aloft and the Element, again, completed in their earlier phases. And what's important to note is this PDA contemplated a third hotel at this location. And by its language, it merely required that we return with a development plan via an amendment to confirm that it's in compliance with the allowed dimensions, which we are. And I think Jason did a really good job going through. As Tyler indicated, we started the process for Article 80 large project review in March of 2025. We filed our PDA amendment in June, and have recently was approved by the BPDA board in January. The project program, 438 lifestyle brand hotel keys akin to a select service. So this is very much intended to serve both the day-to-day visitor needs for the convention center, but also be an affordable and approachable opportunity for folks in the neighborhood and the city who might have guests coming or others that are seeking to stay in the area. Approximately 160 gross square feet of new building area. It's a maximum of 14 stories, 145 in height. It's designed so that it's tucked beneath and within the silhouette of the existing hotel in front of it, which we operate. And we're really proud that this is going to be all electric, LEED Gold, energy efficient. And as Jason indicated, we are in the coastal flood resiliency overlay district. So this building has been designed with that in mind, with about a 19-foot resiliency elevation. So modernized as part of this update program for the PDA amendment. Next slide, please. All right, so this is the PDA development plan that's approved and in place. Plan right, the element. Plan far right, the Aloft, again, my client's hotels. And to the far left, you'll see the parking garage. That is the multi-acre assemblage that is part of PDA 50. Next slide, please. So as we look here, you'll see in the bright highlighted yellow hash where the site is contemplated and as approved for the third hotel. You can see it's rectangular, it's tucked beneath the Aloft, and it runs along Butler Street and E Street to its rear. And we're looking at the shape of this site, which you'll see generates the type of hotel that we're delivering. Next slide. So I'll hand this off to Mark at this point to show you how this all comes in context. Before I do, I just also want to say my client is grateful for this opportunity. We all know and we've read that the convention center is doing very well, has come out of the pandemic exceptionally well. They've identified a huge need for stays, additional stays, approximately 1,000 new hotel rooms they've identified as necessary. We're very excited to be delivering nearly half of that with this PDA amendment. And we thank all the stakeholders that worked with us, including the Hotel Workers Union, who we are in agreement with, as well as the building trades, and folks in the neighborhood and the elected officials. It's been a very positive process for, we think, what will be a very merit-based development that will help contribute to the future of the convention center and the neighborhood as a whole. So Mark, I'll hand it off to you with that.
Thank you, Joe. Thank you, Mr. Chairman, members of the commission. My name is Mark Rosenshine with Trademark Partners. I've been leading the design and development team. And so what you're looking at here is just an illustration of the relationship between the existing Aloft Hotel across Anchor Street, which is, again, as Joe mentioned, all of these streets are owned by and are part of the MCCA parcel. The gray box that you see on the screen, everything in gray is MCCA owned real estate. To the left is the existing Element Hotel. And you can see we have a relatively small footprint here, vertical tower to install 438 keys. This will be a separate brand and flag from the Aloft Hotel, so we want it to have its own presence. You'll see in some of the renderings, we've been working hard to make sure that it is visually accessible down Anchor Street. So as visitors and guests coming to the convention center around that corner, they can see the new hotel on Anchor Street and recognize it as separate from the Aloft. At the same time, it is occupying the same footprint. So they will have a shared loading dock, which makes it more efficient. We're managing the existing electrical and emergency services, all of which for the Aloft, the generator and electrical gear are sitting on the ground right now, which means they are in the coastal flood overlay flood area. We'll be, as part of this, lifting them up and putting them on the roof, which will increase the resiliency component for the Aloft Hotel with existing, as well as all of the new equipment for the new hotel goes up on the roof. So improving both properties as far as the compliance with the resiliency overlay district. Next slide, please. You can see here the relationship between the two relative to, and Joe mentioned it, the parking right now for both of the existing hotels is part of a lease of the parking spaces in that surface lot. There is more parking there than we are leasing. The MCCA controls an additional 100 parking spots. We will be leasing 75 of those in addition to the ones we already do to accommodate surface parking for this new hotel. What we expect that means is there'll be a lot more pedestrian traffic coming down Butler Street to the new entrance to the hotel as compared to the way folks go now, which is up to D Street to get into the Element and the Aloft. So we've been working with the planning staff, landscape and outdoor space design folks in particular, to talk about how to get some street trees, some open space, and some really improvements to the screening and landscape component on the Butler Street side of Element and Aloft Hotels to make that walkway and that path better for both our guests and the general public. Next slide, please. This is so I've changed your orientation. Anchor Street's now at the bottom of the page, the main entrance. What we're really trying to do is create a plaza and an accessible moment at the entrance. Again, this is behind the Aloft Hotel. It needs to have its own front porch and its own front door. You can see the steps and the ramping. All of that is to accommodate that resiliency requirement. Right now, the site is low. It's down at elevation 17. Needs to be up at elevation 20.5. Where we will end up is at 19.75. And the reason we're not up at the 20.5 number is the existing Aloft Hotel, which we are connecting to, was built at that 19.75 number. So we raise it up that high, and then we will be providing deployable dry flood-proofing components at the entries and exit points around the perimeter of the building to get us up to that total compliance with the 20.5. As Tyler mentioned, they'll be continuing design work with the planning department to ensure we're compliant with those details of the resiliency overlay district as we get into the fine print of how to make the doors and openings resilient and flood resistant. Next slide, please. There's an image of the hotel on the left side there. You're actually looking at the Aloft Hotel. We wanted the design to be complementary but distinct. So you can see the architecture is not a great departure from the existing. We think it's a beautiful building that we own currently at the Aloft Hotel. This complements it, but has its own architecture, has its own style, a little more glassy, a little different look to it to make sure that it is distinct. Next slide, please. From Butler Street, so this is the side opposite the convention center. You can see we put a screen at the bottom. We're hoping to get some real growing and live space there. We've enclosed at the conversation with the planning department. We've enclosed the loading area that's currently open loading right now for both buildings to make it a little bit more visually attractive, including a solid wall to the right, which will prevent visual connection through to the loading from the residential building adjacent to this one. Next slide, please. And this, the key view looking down Anchor Street from the convention center side. So this is on the corner of D Street. That's the Aloft in the foreground on the left, and you can see the new hotel in the background. We cantilevered and put a canopy over that provides a real entry point and entry moment, gives it a visual face. Eventually, we will work with the planning department to get signage approved once the flag and the brand are determined. You can imagine that sign would be there on the canopy to really allow you, as you come around the corner, to see that front door and know that this is a distinct and separate hotel from the Aloft. And have its own moment and visual connection. Next slide, please. Worked with the design team to make sure there's a good articulation, that the facade is well detailed and will be an attractive building in the neighborhood. Next slide. Main entrance, again, we want it to be visually appealing. We've designed the corner of the building. It actually opens up. You can see right into the lobby to give an indoor-outdoor during the nice weather. Provide that porch. You can see the seating and activation area in the corner. Next slide. And really work to try and integrate the ramping and steps that are necessary for the resilient into the public realm space, so it doesn't feel like the hotel is sort of separated from the public realm, but giving it some good access and activation. Next slide. Took a look with Howard Stein Hudson at the transportation. Obviously, the site was originally designed and contemplated for this hotel, so it is able to handle it from a traffic and transportation point of view. We did look at, the orientation of Anchor Street and Butler. Anchor's one way. Everybody agrees that it should stay one way to really allow the traffic flow to loop from D, past the hotels, do the drop off and pick up, and then loop back around on Butler. On the right side, you can see we've worked together to reduce the opening that is the loading and transportation for the access on the backside, which we've managed at the corner of Butler and Bullock. Next slide. The most significant public realm change, again, Anchor Street is not a PIC controlled street with the city of Boston. It's owned by the MCCA. But we work to make sure that all the design features are consistent with the details of complete streets, the treeways and bikeways. But today it's got this, on the left-hand side, it's got this weird head-in parking condition where you come down Anchor and you're sort of backing in and out. Does not work for a hotel as well. So what we'll do is we'll convert that to parallel park with a 15-minute limit for drop-off, Uber pickup, and Lyft, and really make this work better. We've worked with the planning department staff. You can see a fully accessible crossing, which is not there today at the end of Anchor Street, really making sure that the hotel and all of the components both meet complete streets and are fully accessible and functional for the new hotel users. Next slide. And there we are. That's our presentation.
Thank you, Mr. Chairman.
Thank you. I want to note for the record that Commissioner Miller joined the hearing at the quite early stages of that presentation. Just a couple of quick questions from me. You mentioned in the latter part of the presentation there a screen that would face the convention center. For clarity, that's an architectural feature with horticultural elements, not a digital video board screen, correct?
Yeah, sorry, trellis would be a better word, not screen. I apologize. It is not a digital anything. It's for vines and growy things to make the building look good.
Lovely, great. And then the other question is, you mentioned moving the mechanicals from the ground to the, would it be the roof of the aloft that the aloft's mechanicals would move to, or this new building?
Both. So the existing aloft generator and electrical equipment will go on the roof of the aloft to serve that building. The new equipment serving this building will go on this building's roof. So each of them will have their own standalone mechanical systems on their own respective roofs.
Great, thank you. So for the public, you can begin to raise your hand if you wish to participate in public comment. We will take comments first from members of the commission. Are there any other members of the commission who have questions on this matter? Okay, hearing none, we'll move to public testimony. So again, indicate on your Zoom panel by either dialing *9 if you're on the phone, or by raising your hand if you're here with us in the meeting and you wish to speak.
First up, we have Minor Perez. Your 2 minutes start now.
Thank you. Good morning, Mr. Chairman, Commissioners. First and foremost, thank you for volunteering, helping to move the city forward with our development. It's greatly appreciated. I am Minor Perez. I'm representing the Carpenters Union on behalf of hundreds of union members that live and work throughout the city of Boston. I want to go on record and support. We are delighted to see this project come to fruition. We are also excited to see that the developers working with contractors such as Lee Kennedy, who is for decades has been providing job opportunities to our members, and especially career opportunities to kids from the city of Boston through the apprenticeship and training program. So we're excited about this project. This is good for the city, it's good for everybody, and it's with great respect we ask you to please vote on the affirmative. Thank you.
Thank you. Next up, we have Christina Pappas. Sorry, for some reason. There we go. Sorry, your 2 minutes start now.
Good morning. Thanks for the opportunity to speak this morning. I am Christina Pappas, President and CEO of the Massachusetts Lodging Association, and I just wanted to let you know that the Massachusetts Lodging Association is in full support of this project. It would be beneficial not only for the community as a whole, but for the hospitality community and meetings industry as well. Thank you.
That is all our public testimony at this moment.
Okay, we will close public testimony, move to the business portion of our meeting where we'll take comments, questions, or motions from members of the commission only. Commissioner Woods.
I just wanted to compliment on the design, adding the public shade trees and street trees there, adding that greenery. It's really important on a street that sometimes looks so desolate when you see it now. So just compliments to the team on adding those important green features to design.
Thank you very much.
Thank you.
Any other comments, questions from members of the commission? And if not, we would entertain a motion. Commissioner Arroyo?
No, sorry, trying to find my the agenda.
Anyone else that happens to have it? Chairman would welcome a motion in favor of the third amended and restated development plan for plan development area number 50, 371 401 D Street, South Boston. Anyone like to make that motion?
I moved.
So moved.
So
We have a motion and a second. We will move forward with a roll call vote of the members of the commission present this morning and partially awake. Commissioner Morikawa. Commissioner Morikawa. Back to her, Ms. Miller.
yeah,
Yes.
Mr. Marr.
Yes.
Mr. Leff.
Yes.
Mr. Arroyo.
Yes.
Mr. Woods,
Yes.
Mr. Ostrich,
Yes.
Commissioner Morikawa, are you with us? Okay, and I vote yes. I believe that is still enough with the quorum we have present in today's meeting. Confirm that, Jeff, that's enough votes to move forward.
That is somehow Midori got kicked out of the meeting. So I'm gonna blame you. You're the chairman. So, but no, confirmed 7 is enough. That passes.
Terrific. Okay. We thank you, proponents for this
Thank you very
project.
much.
Congratulations. And the motion carries and is adopted.
Thank you very much, sir.
Thank you.
And Jeff Tar, that's all we have for this morning, correct?
Correct.
Next meeting
March
Date?
11th.
is March 11th. Okay, everyone. Thanks for being here.
All right. Thank you.
Bye.
We're
Thanks
adjourned.
a lot.